Hello, well, Matt, welcome to the
Most of us
the
are here.
Westgate Irregulars Destiny pre-show hangout. Stephen he has succeeded on his stealth check so well that he is hidden from himself and doesn't know that we're on. But I'm gonna text him right now. So yeah. Anyway, so it's good to see you all. How's it been? I have a question to ask, but like I thought we'd just chat a little bit. So, how's it going? Good, good. Yeah.
Yeah, Emily, we should discuss spells and the hangout here. There's content.
Okay, so 9th level spells because everyone has gone up to level 17. So 9th level spells.
Find the ninth. There's only one 9th level necromancy spell.
And are you going to take that one?
Astral projection. That doesn't really feel like Kayla. Ooh, Blade of Disaster. Okay, cool.
Well, that's now I know that Aaron is going to take the Blade of Disaster. So, I mean, you could both take it, but I think we all know what spell would be appropriate for Kayla to take, right? Right? We all on that page? I am, obviously.
That was my initial question. It's like, did anyone else take Power Word Kill? Because
No.
I don't think so.
I took Power Word Stun back at the last time I leveled
It's a good
up.
spell. It's a good spell.
Haven't had a chance to use it. Haven't used a lot of my spells.
Power Word Kill it is.
Excellent.
And I took Time Stop instead of Wish.
Yeah, woo. Time Stop is a pretty cool spell. And Stephen got a well, okay, so Stephen didn't necessarily learn a 9th level spell because he is a multi-class character. However, something might have happened with the Sturge, which well, we'll find out about that in the show, won't we? Yes, he lent himself a hand that he purloined from a pouch underneath underneath Cecilia's bed that she just casually tossed under there, not really knowing what it was that was in it. It's gonna be good. So Yang, what did you say? Did you say?
Is there audio problems?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh darn. All right. I was gonna ask Stong about that 9th level spell.
Fixed.
Did you say you had a 9th level spell that you took, Yang?
I did. Yep. I went for.
Did you tell me?
True polymorph.
Oh, cool.
Yes, it is. I'm very excited.
All right.
The possibilities.
And there's Aaron. Woo. Hello, Aaron. How's it going?
Good. I don't have Google Meet muted, so I'm going to fix that really quick.
Excellent. We were just talking about 9th level spells because real exciting.
Hey, Eric, where did you text me about changes to Sturge? I can't find it in my
I put it in Discord.
Discord under what?
I direct messaged you.
Direct message, got it.
Yeah, Stephen needs to know about a couple of rules for what happens when he puts that hand on.
I don't think you should tell everybody.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're not in the game yet.
Yeah, I don't want them to know that. I mean,
It'll be a good time.
Okay. Like, didn't you already tell people what you were going to choose?
I think you did.
I
Yeah.
I didn't tell, not in character, just.
Well, not in character, but we're not in character.
Right now,
Right. But you don't necessarily know like what it is.
All right. Don't be that player at the table who is like, I'm not going to tell you what my powers do because you don't know that yet. Like, we're all players. We're not going to meta knowledge. It's fine.
I just think it's more fun.
Okay, whatever.
Well,
Anyway,
if we do meta knowledge, we'll do it very subtly.
you will get to investigate when the game happens. Okay, so here was the question that I wanted to ask. from our long campaign, since this is probably the last episode of the Westgate Irregulars, and I say probably because y'all surprise me at times, and so it is remotely possible that we might continue on another episode, but I have plans for this to be the last episode, so that's why I say probably. Okay, in the long career of the Westgate Irregulars, which is 3 years now, 3 full years, what is a fond memory of your adventures that you can recollect? Now, I didn't say your favorite moment of the campaign. If you want to tell me that, that's fine. But just a moment that you remember fondly. Who wants to go first?
Half of us failing to correctly grip a ladder.
It came to my mind too.
And
Westgate Irregulars nemesis, the ladder.
Cyril took out Kalis that episode, didn't he?
Yeah, I think
One
so.
hit point, claw swipe.
This was
right.
cats versus birds. It was inevitable.
See, the thing that I always remember is the load-bearing statue moment,
Oh, yes, that's a good
That was
one.
the best. That
where you
was-
threw a vampire through a statue and it collapsed the cavern.
That was super
and
fun.
just that stand that Stong made while everyone else was hiding in a freaking rope trick, he just goes ham on this vampire. That was awesome. And rolled a 20.
Yeah, I was very happy to roll that 20. That was like so serendipitous. We've
Some
actually
of
had
your-
a couple other epic 20 moments. I do remember like Rogar's divine interventions like at least twice in a row.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I do not know how he rolled like that, but we saw it in roll 20. It's not like he was fudging his dice. He
Not at all.
literally rolled, and I'm like, what just happened? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's like he rolls it and he's like, "Oh, what is that result?" And we're like,
it works. That's what that result is.
yeah.
Yeah, some of
God steps in.
your most like memorable fight scenes have always been against vampires, which was not intentional necessarily. Like I didn't go into this thinking you were going to fight vampires and that was mostly what you were going to do. Now, okay, Aaron's giving me
Oh.
that look.
It's
Now-
like you prepared all the monsters, and the vast majority are vampires. So
I did,
It feels
I
like
did,
odds
I did.
are our most
Yeah.
impactful fights are versus vampires. It's
What I'm
just a
saying-
statistics question.
What I'm saying is initially that was not my idea. My idea was you would fight some vampires, yes, but you very quickly made mortal enemies of the night masks, and like every time you fought them, except for that one time, you basically mopped the floor with them. Like the fight with the Twilight Knight, that was a very good fight. I thought so anyway. You really stepped up and fought as a team in such a good, thoroughly efficient, destructive way to the Twilight Knight. And it was good. It was good.
I thought meeting Marcelea for the first time was quite good.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
That was a very cool character. I want to give Rhiannon full credit for that. She and I talked about that interaction on the way to the session.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't make up that character like Rhiannon did. I just kind of like gave her some ideas and we bounced them off each other, and
Yeah, you ran with
it
it.
turned into what it did. So
And the Astral Sea was pretty like, you know, the Briar House like in the Astral Dreadnought, and then like just like down on Vamos land.
Oh
That
yeah.
was pretty cool.
yeah, the mammoth drop that destroyed House Vamos was pretty great. And then Briar House appearing where it had been.
Yeah. This is like sort of not in the game, but I will always remember that freaking, was it like a puppet nun that Steven used to
Oh
do
my
like
God.
the recap or the intro? This is back in Gen Con Studios.
I think
Yes.
that's been cut off.
Oh, was it cut off?
All right.
I think
so
on
only-
purpose.
Only old school fans will remember the atrocity that was the puppet nun. And man, Steven has done some wild stuff. I remember Stephen bringing an actual plague doctor mask into the Gen Con studios that one time.
Oh yeah.
Do you all remember that? Oh
Yeah,
man,
I remember.
And the
I'm
coat
not
and stuff.
I'm not sure that really worked with the mic, but
No.
then again, I'm not sure the mics worked at Gen Con studios very well. So yeah, I really do appreciate Gen Con bringing us to their studio and letting us play there. I thought that added a lot of atmosphere to it. And then of course, this worldwide plague hit and we adjusted.
Yeah, that's a weird, like, sort of mental, like, what would it have been had we stayed at the studio? That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
like, so many things, it's like, what would the rest of my life and my, like, day job and, like, everything? So maybe those sort of thought experiences or experiments are only interesting for me when there's a, like, fairly contained, like, divergence point. So.
I don't know if we ever talked about this, but it was like a 45-minute or 60-minute or even longer commute to get to the Gen Con studios through the worst traffic of the day. And like it worked, it was fine. But then when you would drive home and it would be raining and it would be like 10 at night through those very tricky streets down there in the, utility part of Seattle. Just so this is much more comfortable.
Yeah. Where are you going to dinner?
Yeah, Steven, you need to mute yourself. But I don't know if he can even hear me because he doesn't have his headphones on. But that's fine.
So we'll find out where his family's going to dinner.
Yes. I just want to remind folks real quick that we do have 2 giveaways going on today. One is for a set of Norse Foundry dice. You get an 11-piece set that
It's
Eric
9.
is holding.
9 pieces.
Oh, 9.
No,
Okay.
11. You're right. You're
Okay,
right. You were
it
right
is-
the first time. It's 11.
It is an 11-piece set that is still sealed, I see, in
Not
pristine
Yeah,
the math
condition.
stream.
It's
Not
a
the
little-
math stream.
It's a little beat up, but like yeah, I haven't opened it.
Yeah, so use
These are
exclamation mark ticket.
these are the
enter.
spellbound dice. If you want to look up the set, they're this cool kind of metallic gray and blue color. So very nice.
Yeah, we also have a book giveaway this week. We are giving away copies of the Tea Princess Chronicles by Casey Blair. Let's see. I had this here. So we are giving away 1 full set of the paperback, the entire trilogy, and we are giving away 3 copies of book 1. So use exclamation mark enter to enter that giveaway. This story is a cozy fantasy story about like a runaway princess who escapes to run like her own magical tea shop near the edge of a magical cataclysm.
Nice.
It's full of intrigue and coziness and friendship and magic tea.
It sounds fun. Awesome. Oh, and I am somewhere in the middle of this Kickstarter that I'm doing for my novel, which is going to be finishing up on February 19th. So it's one of those full 30-day Kickstarters. So there's still time to support it, obviously. And you can get a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to be putting up a cover reveal shortly. So
Cool.
You won't want to miss that. That's what I'm saying.
And then I got one of my extravaganzas of tie-in fiction. AU stories in my space opera universe, AU stories in random fantasy universes, AU stories by request that were in sort of a Lovecraft pastiche type universe, and timey-wimey stuff from now that we've been doing timey-wimey in this past book. And I will do the command in the chat, and some of them are free, and then some of them that are a peek into an AU future for Artemisia, seeing as this is maybe, hopefully, I don't know, the end of the campaign. I put those out. It's a 2-parter, so and they're actually novelette length once you put them together.
Nice.
So those are available sort of as a, like, now we're wrapping up the characters, but here's one place they could go in the future.
Cool.
So
assuming they survive. I mean, yes, awesome. Yes, definitely.
I see that some
Well-
of the viewers have put in their own favorite moments. Sorry, Rhiannon, that cut you
Oh,
off.
good. Yeah.
I see somebody says Rumpus says that Kayla's transformation episode was a great episode.
Mhm.
And then Meyer Doug has a question for us. 3 years ago,
Okay.
how long did everyone assume the campaign would go? Excellent question.
I
Good
have
question.
no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew exactly how long it would go, but I was wrong, of course.
For the rest of our lives.
No, see, I was going to I set at the beginning that we were going to play for like 2 years and we were going to be level 20 at the end of that. And I was wrong on both of those counts. Because we're now level 17 and it's been 3 years. So we're not the mass stream. Right. Anyway, yeah, we've really got to have these characters for a very long time and see and develop them gradually and see how their abilities worked and stuff. These last few episodes have been a little bit accelerated because I want people to be able to play with the high powered stuff. If we had done a full-on season 4 rather than the kind of epilogue series of episodes that we're doing, we might have made it to level 20 and you'd be fighting, Shar as your final villain, and that would have been amazing. But I have other plans. I good stuff lined up, and we'll see where it goes. This whole game, I want to say, has been it's been driven as much by what you, the players, do and what you want to tell about your characters as my ideas for the plot. It's not entirely either way, right? There are a lot of things that, that we could have gone into with the players, with the characters. There are more stories that we could have explored. But like, I feel like we've got to a pretty good point. That said, my other Hangout question was going to be, if there was one thing that you could explore about your character that you didn't get a chance to, what would it be? And if there are more than one thing, just pick one thing.
On-screen romance. That's not Dalton. Like on-screen healthy romance.
Okay.
Somewhere in Rashomon, Clamont's like, ow.
That's true.
No, be fair. That was a one night stand. That's fine.
Well, it followed the, I don't know if you have run into this, the campsite rule.
No, what's that mean?
What's that?
That's when you have a relationship with somebody and it's not of long duration, try to leave them better than you found them. So like campsite, like you not only
Right.
leave no garbage, but you take a piece of garbage with you.
Right.
So
Pack
if you
it
have
in, pack it out. Yeah.
a relationship of short duration, you try to like leave them more healthy, stable,
this a-
balanced, joyful than you found them.
Is this a life rule or a narrative rule? It seems like it could be both. I'm just
It-
curious.
It's from a sex advice columnist.
Got
so
it.
it's a life rule.
That's from Savage Love, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan Savage's column. He lives here in Seattle, so I've read his stuff for a long time.
Yeah, I used to listen to the podcast all the time, and
Mhm.
I figured it was like writing research, because the thing about people calling into an advice column or podcast is that they have all kinds of different problems and situations and like backstory, and they need to tell their entire backstory to get good advice. So I'm like soaking it all in.
So Shay, that is Allie, popped into the chat and said her favorite moment was Shay fighting alongside the irregulars to face down her shadow self, which was weird and cool and taps into a bunch of things that I really like in stories. I don't know if I don't want to shock anybody, but I am very much a Persona fan. So like that whole plot, yeah, I know, right? That whole plot line was kind of an homage, and I think it turned out pretty cool. And you know, there might be, you know, more stuff like that, like tonight. Yeah, we'll see. It depends where things go, right?
Yeah, I do feel like both your questions have been great, but like it feels like we need to do just like a long hangout like we did at the end of like last book,
Yeah.
and just, you know, debrief about, you know, all the things.
We could totally do that.
Because there are like too many moments and possibilities to even bring up, and it might be difficult to bring up because we're not sure how tonight's going to conclude as well. So
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
So yeah, maybe
Yeah.
like even after this, we'll do one final like long hangout, and then we'll just have a list of topics and we'll interview each other, and we can have the viewers bring like their favorite moments. Yeah, let's just private it early, and then the viewers can also bring their favorite moments and like, you know,
Yeah.
lingering questions, etc.
Absolutely. I mean, we've all been hit by the busy stick a little bit, but like we'll figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Glacia, even if we're
Yeah.
like not doing everything in this
Oh
session.
my God, the Glasgow stuff was amazing. Like it. Okay, that moment was the closest that I've ever come, and by closest I mean I got there and I was like 20 steps beyond to thinking that Aaron should have been the DM of this campaign rather than me. But you know, I know she wrote a book. You may have heard of it, Empire of Exiles. Yeah, she wrote that book while the game was going on, and then published it while the game was going on, and it's doing gangbusters. And oh man, I don't know how you do it, Aaron. And I'm jealous of your
By having a
abilities.
slow rolling mental breakdown most of it. I think it
So
would be
would
very
appear.
fun to run a campaign which just framed around everybody's got to deal with Glacia that they kind of wish they hadn't made.
Yes,
Yes, totally.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think those deals were like high on my list of things that I want to see like explored or finished. You know, to your second question, Eric. But I also don't know what's happening tonight, so you know, I don't know if that's on the list.
Well, having Glacia appear is not in my primary plan.
Good, because no one told me. I guess you can do Glacia. That's fine.
No, I don't want to. I want you to, Aaron. So, but if Cecilia dies at some point, Aaron, you know, you might have to step in and become Glacia. So,
Man, is anybody
Noted.
packing resurrection or any sort of?
I don't think so.
I mean, I
I'm
got
not.
my little like ping kind of healing spells.
Sarshan
You come back in a way.
Sarshan can cast Revivify.
Oh
And
my
that might be a
God.
helpful thing to know.
I just imagine Caliph with like all the other regulars just around her in like zombie or skeleton form, because that's the only way. Like the rest of us perish naturally in battle, and that's the only way she could keep the party going.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was gonna say like a spin-off where the very powerful irregulars have to deal with their deals with Glacia. Like
Oh, I would depower all of you immediately.
that, and that
Level
would be
one.
fine. That would be fine.
Maybe not level 1. Level 1 is kind of, I don't know, it's interesting in its own way, but that's kind of more advanced than I got.
Everybody gears up to fight Glacia, and she appears and they're like, okay, here we go. And she just teleports you all 10 feet above the river Styx, and you just splash, go back to level 1, completely forget everything. Oh.
All been down, depowered down to level 8. Glash is like, you want to find the guy? I'll make a deal with you.
Ooh, more deals. All right.
Well, we got to break for the ad though, don't we?
We
So-
do.
All right. Don't go away. We'll be back soon.